Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've returned, I appreciate it. I'm in a different spot today. I had to make do with where I was for my son's soccer practice, so I apologize for the blinding sun. But let's jump right into today's devotional. All right, the joy of encouragement. Each and every day I give you blessings. I want you to be a blessing and share my grace with those whom I place in your life. It may be a brief encounter. It might be a relative that has been lost for some time and is not receptive to the gospel. I want you to be ready to put yourself and your priorities aside and be the servant I've called you to be through my grace and mercy. I know it's not always easy to set yourself and your priorities aside, but it is necessary if you want to live a life of faith. The more you give of yourself, being emptied in every way, the more I can fill you. The more you can encourage others in their faith, the stronger your faith will be. It's not easy to be strong in faith at all times, especially when you're facing difficulties and challenges. But if you will encourage each other, you'll be stronger. Work diligently at lifting others up, assuring them of my power and provision, and I will make sure that all of your needs are met. Trusting me fully means believing that as you focus on others, I'll focus on you and all of your concerns. And it references Acts 11:23. When he arrived and saw what the grace of God had done, he was glad and encouraged them all to remain true to the Lord with all of their hearts. So I just had some notes for this one for Acts 11:23 with Barnabas, which Barnabas's name actually means son of encouragement. And he comes alive in this passage. He saw God's grace, rejoice, and strengthened believers to remain faithful. So you kind of want to apply that to how in your everyday life, how you could possibly practice encouragement like Barnabas. Anything from, going to church, how you could be that way. And it's something as simple as someone at church who is just really upbeat, really, you can see they're really into their faith in that morning, and maybe you're not feeling so into it and just having a rough start or a rough weekend or a rough season. And you can just look at that person and say, you know what, your faith really encouraged me today. And just let that person know. Or something also, affirm gifts. If there's somebody who is at the church and it's just a people person, is always saying hi to everybody, and just, I'm not that way, but some people are, and just let them know, hey, encourage them to serve, maybe be the greeter of the church, handing out, the paperwork for the day, and just having that smile on their face. And that can make all the difference to someone who's a new person attending that church for the first time. And in your own family, how you could practice encouragement like Barnabas is, instead of being critical, which is easier to do than encouraging to somebody, just let your son or daughter know, hey, I'm proud of you. Or you see your husband had a really bad day, or he had a hard day at work, just say, hey, I appreciate how hard you've been working. Just little things like that, that I need to work on myself. And even in your own personal relationships, sometimes encouragement isn't about words, but just being present, just listening. Sometimes with me, especially, just keeping my mouth shut and letting somebody talk and actually hearing them, just being somebody to let them talk to. That's a way that we could apply that in our everyday life. And just remind each other of God's promises and offer second chances to people in our homes and in our personal relationships. So in short, to live like a Barnabas style life, practicing God's grace, speaking life, standing with others, and pointing them back to faithfulness in Christ. So I thought that one was pretty neat today. I hadn't read this one before. I have, but I'd never really looked at it in that much depth. So I thought that was pretty neat. So with that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, sorry about the lighting, but I had to make do with where I was at today. So if you like this video, please give it a like. Even better, subscribe. Leave any comments, any questions, any prayer requests. That would be awesome too. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.